Most people don't ruin their lives all at once. They destroy themselves slowly through unconscious habits, repeated mistakes, emotional reactions, and years of never stopping to reflect. That's the danger of never becoming self-aware. You keep repeating patterns you don't even notice. You say the same things, make the same excuses, react the same way, and wonder why your life never changes. Without reflection, years start to blend together. You grow older, but not wiser. And that's why journaling matters. Because the moment you start writing, reflecting, and observing yourself honestly, you finally stop living on autopilot. You can't change a life you never examine. What's up, my kings and queens? Today I'm going to be taking you through what journaling taught me about myself. For those of you who are new here and you don't know who I am, I'm YK Maharaj, and I'm here to help people become the best possible version of themselves. Now, I do this by teaching self-improvement and teaching people how to be disciplined individuals in the world today by teaching self-improvement habits like this. So let's get straight into it. Why is journaling important? Right? Well, the first thing that I'd like to say for that note, right, is that journaling helps you zoom out of your life and look at the big picture. Most people are trapped. They're trapped in today's emotions, in today's problems, in today's insecurities, right? Journaling gives perspective. Example, for me, I used to post twice a week. Now, this is short form content. I only used to post 2 videos a week. That's not a lot, right? Now, by the end of 2025, I was posting 6 times a week, right? 6 or 7 times, it depends. But I hadn't realized how far I'd come and how much progress I'd made and how much more disciplined I got with content until I looked at my journal. So one day I was looking at my journal, at my daily journaling, and I went back to the beginning of 2025, and I realized that at the beginning of the year I was only posting 2 times a week, and by the end of the year I was posting 6 times a week. But I didn't realize that I'd made all that progress. I wasn't proud with myself. I never took time to appreciate the fact of how far I'd gotten. So when I actually read that in my journal, I stopped for a second and I'm like, wait, holy shit, just at the beginning of the year I wanted to do this, and now look at where I am. And that is exactly my point. It helps you zoom out of life and look at the bigger picture, right? Because I didn't pay attention to the fact that I had come so far, that of how much I had grown since the beginning of the year, right? And that's what journaling helped me see. Now, another thing about journaling makes you more self-aware or more conscious, right? Reflection is where growth takes place. People who never reflect repeat the same year of their life over and over again. And at the end of the year, they sit down and they realize, damn, this year looked exactly the same as last year. Like, I didn't do anything for myself this year. Well, now, those are for the people that are reflecting. The people that aren't reflecting are just living the same year over and over and over and over again. Basically, they're just taking life as it comes. They're not reflecting on their habits. They're not reflecting on their decisions. They're not reflecting on who they are, how they treat people, those type of things, right? And what happens is you end up staying the same. You don't grow as a person because of it. The next thing I want to teach you is gratitude journaling. Now, by the way, guys, if you guys don't know how to journal, make sure you check out one of my YouTube videos titled How to Journal. I'll add it at the end screen at the end of this video. Anyways, gratitude journaling. For those of you who don't know what gratitude journaling is, it's basically sitting down and writing, I am grateful for, I am extremely grateful for, or I am abundantly grateful for. So basically you go and write down whatever you're grateful for, and that is giving gratitude. Now, gratitude journaling teaches you to appreciate the little things in life. So for me, I am grateful for my chain. I am grateful for my audience. I am grateful for my dog who is right down here. I am grateful for my coffee mug that my school made me when I was leaving, right? Those type of things. Or I am grateful for my chair. I am grateful for my shirt. I am grateful for the teller. Whatever it is, right? Gratitude journaling helps you to sit back and ask yourself, what am I grateful for in my life? And when you do that, it teaches you to appreciate the little things in life, which leads to you living a more fulfilled life. The next thing, reflective journaling. Reflective journaling will show you your growth over a long period of time. Now, it helps you measure your identity change over time. So what is reflective journaling? So for me, I answer questions every 6 months and I compare my answers from the previous time and then repeat, right? That is reflective journaling. So I'll give you an example of some of these questions. Some of the questions I ask myself is, 1, what is the life I truly want to live? Like truly, if I'm being honest with myself. Another one, what is the 20% of my life causing 80% of my problems? Another one, why am I not successful yet? And you have to be brutally honest when you answer these, right? Another one is, am I the person that God should bless with everything I'm asking for? Have I become the person worth everything I'm asking God to bless me for? Another question, if God does bless me with everything I'm asking for, am I going to be using it to help my life and other people's lives, or destroy my life and other people's lives? So those are some examples of the questions I ask myself, right? And I do those for reflective journaling because you have to reflect in those instances, right? And the reason I say it helps you measure your identity change over time is because, like I said, I'm answering those questions every 3 to 6 months, which means I'm a new version of myself every 3 to 6 months, and I can see where my mindset is 3 to 6 months ago, right? It helps you see how your identity has been shifting and changing over the last few months, right? The next thing is, journaling is a great way to remember the little moments in life that you'll forget about later, so that one day you can come back and read it and reminisce about old memories. That is a perfect example for me. Now, I have been trying to journal since I was 9 years old. That is literally 10 years ago. I'm 19 now. So I wasn't consistent then, right? But when I was journaling, I used to journal when I was 9. Like, I wasn't consistent, but every now and then I'd remember. And now, in my older teenage years, it's so nice to look back at my journal when I was 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I stopped journaling for a while after that. But it's so nice to go back at my journal and see what I was thinking at that age, see how my day was going, see what I was up to, or maybe there's a memory I wrote in my journal that I had forgotten about, but because I wrote it down, I remember, right? That is the beauty in journaling. That is why I say that journaling helps you remember the little moments in life that you'll forget about later, so that one day you can come back, read it, and reminisce about your old memories. Now, here's what happens without reflection. When you don't reflect on your life, your years start to blur together. Remember I said that people live the same year over and over again? Yeah, your years start to blend together. You tend to repeat the same mistakes. Your growth becomes invisible. You don't see your growth from the previous year or from the year before. And the last thing is, emotions control your perspective. Excuse me. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you smash that like button and make sure to subscribe. If there's anything you'd like to hear from me, please make sure you leave it in the comments. I will answer your comments, or I will, better yet, go and create a video on it. So yeah, make sure you leave it in the comments. By the way, guys, subscribing is free. I am giving advice that is literally life-changing, so I would really appreciate it if you can smash that like button and subscribe. Now, the last thing I want to say is that you can't improve a life you never examine. So what is this video really about? This video is not really truly about journaling. It's about being conscious of your own life instead of just drifting through it. Guys, I hope this video hit where it needed to. I hope you guys, if you haven't started journaling already, you already got up and started looking for a book you can create as your own journal. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to tell me about your journaling experiences. As always, I'm rooting for you and I'm watching from afar. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.